Hello, welcome to the SailPoint Identity Security Solutions Show, the one place to go to learn about SailPoint's products and portfolios. Joining me today is Josh Morris, Manager, Product Management. Josh, welcome to the show.
Thanks, James. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm very excited to have you here. We're going to talk about an exciting product that we all love, non-employee risk management.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. All right, let's get into it. So obviously we've had non-employee risk management for a couple of years now, and we see the third-party risk conversation really taking center stage. It hasn't slowed down.
Sure.
And why is the non-employee identity still such a critical part of that conversation?
Yeah, I see it really kind of in two parts. First off, whether they realize it or not, every organization has third parties. They don't all necessarily realize it. I mean, so many people, when they think of third parties, they think of the traditional contractors or outsourced employees, but really it's far greater than that.
Yeah.
In healthcare, it's those clinicians, it's the doctors and the nurses. In higher ed, we're talking about students, TAs, visiting professors. In insurance, it's all about agents. We've got business partners, you've got contractors, you've got any kind of consultants or vendors. All of these, represent third-party identities. And so when you start to put it in those terms, then customers start to realize that that this is a relevant conversation for them. Yeah. And so it's really far more widespread than sometimes people initially think. And the second part about this is just the fact that all of these represent unique relationships that really open up a ton of additional attack vectors for opportunities for breach. Absolutely. And so when you talk about the number of these types of relationships and the different types of third parties that are out there, then you end up with you've got all these stories that are coming out, all these surveys that are coming out that are saying that data breaches today are coming not into employees but into these third parties. That is the attack vector that these bad actors are taking into these organizations.
Yes. So, your solid points about how it's growing, it's becoming more complex. Those relationships are always complex and risky. The risk level is growing. How are we addressing it with non-employee risk management? How is it evolving to meet these changing needs and this changing dynamic?
Yeah, SailPoint's non-employee risk management platform, the way that we really handle that is I really see it as a force multiplier. Responsibility can no longer reside just within the IAM teams, right? They're too small. There's too many of these third-party types of identities that need to be governed. So our application allows you to be able to delegate out and empower other teams to be able to help in that process. It allows you to extend who the responsible parties are to be able to participate in the governance. And we do that not only through being able to add in additional parties within your organization, the people that are hiring these third parties, like the managers, department heads, project managers, et cetera, but also outside of your organization. So now you can involve representatives from that staffing organization or from your vendor's organization, and they can be participating in not only the onboarding of those employees, but the ongoing update and management of those third-party contractors as well by participating in the application itself. So as a force multiplier, we're able to really extend out who's responsible and who's participating in the governance process, and it ends up with a much more accurate and much more agile and a much more streamlined process from end to end.
That's awesome. Yeah. And that's so critical there, just bringing those teams together.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of times one side doesn't know what the other side is doing, but if you have that force multiplier, it's tremendous on that. So I'm going to kind of shift on you and talk about something kind of newish that's starting to come out, identity proofing.
Sure.
And why is it such an important step for organizations managing that third party risk?
Yeah. Identity proofing is really about establishing that basis of trust. See, it used to be that basis of trust was something that you formed, face to face.
Right.
If I was going to bring you on board, I would be sitting next to you, and I would know who you are.
Right.
These days, a lot of these the onboarding of these third parties, is done, via a form, and via a form that's being completed online, from a person sitting at a keyboard that is really, in the end, completely anonymous from you. Right. How do you know who that person is that's sitting at the other end of that keyboard that's filling out that form? And so the answer to that question is through a tool like identity proofing.
Yeah.
And by having a third party that you can utilize to truly validate who that person is and they are who they say they are, then can give you the confidence to know who you're dealing with and be able to verify that and validate that long before you've ever provided them with any access.
Awesome. Yeah. I think that's such a key component in just today's distributed world of people and identities and the connections. So one other thing that's very exciting for non-employee risk management is FedRAMP authorization. Such an exciting time. What kind of impact can it have on how these highly regulated organizations manage and secure third-party access?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. So, FedRAMP authorization, huge milestone for us. So basically, what we're doing with FedRAMP is, now we're able to be able to prove out, to these government agencies, and it's not just the government agencies, right? I mean, it's we all know that the U.S. government is the largest employer of contractors in the world,
right?
But outside of that, it's also state and local government, right? Additionally, it's all of the vendors and the suppliers and the contractors and the consultants that work within those organizations or provide services to those organizations. All of those, are impacted. And so now, that we are, with Identity Security Cloud and non-employee risk management together, being able to say that those are FedRAMP authorized, then we're able to give them the confidence that that the platforms that we're providing to be able to manage their third-party contractors, we have the ability now to show them that we can do that in a way that is secure and meets the rigorous mandates that are required by the government.
That's awesome. And that's tremendous. Yeah. I mean, you and the team have been working on that for a while.
Absolutely.
And super excited to get that one across the line. So gonna close out on one thing. It's, we have, like you mentioned, Identity Security Cloud, non-employee risk management. Why is a platform approach critical when it comes to securing non-employees across the business, especially at scale? Why is it so critical?
Yeah, a platform approach, it allows us, the important aspect of non-employee risk management is that we can put both non-employees and employees on the same identity plane, so we can get them into the system together, and that we're able to utilize the exact same proven processes that you do with Identity Security Cloud to be able to control, govern, and certify, your non-employee third parties, just like you are your employees. And so you're utilizing the exact same policies and the exact same access request process and the exact same certification process and all of the insights and reporting that you get. Now you have that across, all identity types, whether they're, non-employees or employees. And then in addition, as you go down that identity horizon, and you start to go, to that level 3 or level 4, and you get into those advanced use cases, then all of the rest of the breadth of what SailPoint offers becomes available to you again across both identity types.
Yeah, and I think that's tremendous right there. And I'm really glad you mentioned like the Horizons journey. It's that journey on that. It's like, hey, you've got to treat, I think we used to have somebody say here, all identities are first-class citizens.
Absolutely.
They have to be on that.
Yeah, absolutely. So now you have the ability to introduce, the data access security against that, and as well as and again also for your non-human identities, right? You can your Chem products and all the other SailPoint products that we have now become applicable to those non-employees too.
That's awesome. Well, Josh, thank you so much for joining.
Thanks for having me.
Super excited to have you here. We've worked together off and on, and
Absolutely.
I was really glad to get you on the show.
This is great.
And I want to thank you for watching us today. If you want to learn more about non-employee risk management or any of the SailPoint products, please join us at sailpoint.com. Thank you.